Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, May 10th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms and all you mom-adjacent people. You all rock. Today, we do have a bunch of news, so I'm going to get right into it, shall we? Yesterday, the Annapolis Police Department announced a gun surrender event set for this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the police station. Residents can hand over their firearms, no questions asked. It takes place at police headquarters at 199 Taylor Avenue, and it also includes the surrender of illegal ghost guns. Police are asking for all guns to be unloaded when you do surrender them. Do not handle them, but allow the officer to take it. This is not a buyback program. There is no money involved. And I'll tell you, if it gets one gun off the streets of Annapolis, it's going to be considered a success. Yesterday, we told you about the Premier League game at the end of July, and now today, we've got to tell you the Annapolis Blues are getting ready to start their season, but if you don't have tickets, they will be teaming up with Monumental Sports Network to broadcast their 6 home matches during the 2024 National Premier Soccer League season. The games will be available live streamed on Monumental's streaming platform. Man, I'll tell you, we're full of soccer news this week. Now, this is really very cool. A new digital story map created by Blacks of the Chesapeake Foundation and the Chesapeake Conservancy has been released. It highlights 65 historically black beaches and sites in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Now, this initiative does aim to preserve African American heritage and ensure that these important stories remain part of the historical narrative. I was poking around on it, and it really is done very, very well, and it's very informative. We do have a link at eyeonannapolis.net, so you do want to check that one out. Before we get into this weekend's events, here are a pair for your calendar. Eastport Rockin', the annual music festival in Eastport, celebrates its 27th year on June 22nd. The event will feature nearly 40 local and regional bands across 4 stages, with the proceeds supporting various local charities and community organizations. Tickets at eastportarockin.com, and there's no G at the end of Rockin', but you want to save a few bucks for your first beer with the code EOAEAR24, and that will save you $5 off of every general admission ticket you want. And the Rotary Club of Annapolis is preparing for its 79th annual Crab Feast on August 2nd at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. This major fundraiser does support local nonprofits, continuing a long tradition of community service intertwined with enjoying Maryland's famous blue crabs. Tickets are now on sale, and you can get them at annapolisrotary.org. All right, now let's slide into events for this weekend. In no particular order, the William Paca Garden Plant Sale offers a unique opportunity to acquire plants grown by volunteers with early access and discounts for historic Annapolis members. You want to head to the Paca Gardens on Saturday or Sunday, and it is a perfect Mother's Day adventure. The Annapolis Symphony Orchestra presents its Masterwork 6 concert series featuring selections from Haydn, Anna Klein, and Sibelius. This is the final segment of their season, and I hear there are a lot of surprises in store for the lucky people in the audience. Friday and Saturday at Maryland Hall at 7:30 p.m. The Naptown Music Feast rolls into the fairgrounds. It brings an afternoon of family fun with local bands and food trucks, all at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds. That's tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. You can get tickets right there at the gate. Also tomorrow, the .05K Bridge Run. It is also happening at the crack of noon. Registration opens at 10 a.m. in the Long and Foster parking lot on the Eastport side, and the party will continue after that grueling race in the O'Leary's parking lot. The annual rummage sale at the Pitt Moyer Rec Center invites the community to buy or sell their treasures. That's Saturday at 8 a.m. to noon. And last but not least, on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Annapolis is going to be hosting the African Diaspora Festival, which celebrates African American, Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latino, and African cultures with music, crafts, and food. This all goes down at the People's Park on Calvert Street, again, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Wow, A lot of choices for this weekend, but just make sure you treat Mom right. And of course, you do want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight on Saturday at noon. We spoke with Chris Valerio-Schock, who's the CEO and president of Leadership Arundel, and she does a much better job of explaining that program than my occasional accolades. Do give that a listen when it drops at noon tomorrow. Today on Canines and Crosstreks, we meet Cricket, a very special older Yorkie. She is 16 and she has kidney failure, so she is looking for a home for the time that she has left. Listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some photos and get all of the information on how you can adopt her and give her the home she really deserves for the last few years of her life. And again, don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every night. Yes, 366 days this year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you. All right, that's it. Now it's time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world. And if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. It's Friday, the weekend is finally here, and now it is time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, treat your mama right, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Now hang tight because George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecasted weather report you'll find, and of course, Canines and Crosstreks, so do hang around for that. All that's coming your way in just a minute.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, May 10th. Yesterday worked out a bit better than expected for the Annapolis region, but the next 3 days may not be the greatest, with much cooler temps and some potential additional rain. Look for highs today to only be in the mid-50s to lower 60s, with a cool east wind and also some additional showers and storms being possible. As for the weekend, temperatures will likely stay in the 60s, 4 p.m. highs both days, with mixed skies and a small chance of showers during the day Saturday, followed by a higher chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday morning, with more mixed skies and an ongoing chance for a few showers on Mother's Day Sunday, with AM lows Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning in the upper 40s to mid-50s. As for next week, temps will climb back into the 70s, with Monday bringing sunshine and dry skies, though a chance for rain will return Tuesday through Thursday. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X for weather updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Okay, Kelly, who is this little old lady?
This little old lady.
She looks like a little old lady, is she?
Not. Well, she is a little
Over
old
here,
lady,
she
but she
looks
doesn't
young.
look like a little old lady. So we have Cricket here today. She came to the shelter about a week ago, and she is 16 years old.
Oh gosh,
She did show up in pretty rough shape.
In human years?
She's 16 years old in dog years.
Oh, dog years.
So in human years, that would be over 100, right?
Yeah, 6 times 7. No,
Yeah.
16 times 7. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
That's a lot. But
Okay.
she's a cute little Yorkie.
Oh my gosh, she's only 4.5 pounds, so she's a tiny little thing. And she came with some medical conditions that we're going to try to treat and take care of the best that we can. But right now, she's kind of sort of in kidney failure. So she will be treated with fluids and things. So we're just getting her in the best medical shape that we can. But she's enjoying herself. She eats really well. And we have her on special food now, prescription food
She
for
doesn't
what
seem
she
in
has.
pain or anything.
No, not at all. And
She's just hanging out.
She's hanging out, and usually she's going to walk through the office and greets people, and she's super friendly. I just woke her up from a nap, so she doesn't look
You
as
put her on the
peppy
table. She
as
walked right
all-
up to me like, "Hey, dude, what's
Yeah.
up?"
Yeah,
I mean, if you're
there
looking
you
for
go.
like a really calm, chill dog,
Very
senior
senior
dog.
dog. She's
very
a super senior.
dog. Super
Now,
senior.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, for little toy breeds like a Yorkie, and she looks
Yeah.
purebred.
She's
I
definitely,
mean,
yeah.
16 is very old, isn't it?
Yeah, they can live to be 20 years old. Some have lived. And
Right.
what's nice about the smaller ones is they typically do live older, to be older than the larger breeds. But so 16 is very old.
16 is
for her.
pretty old.
Yeah.
So she's 112?
Yeah.
I saw you bring out your phone to check.
See?
that.
She
Yeah,
looks-
You didn't do
Do
that
the
math
math.
in your
She
head.
looks great for her age.
I mean, good Lord.
She has a beautiful coat
Beautiful
of hair.
head of hair.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend kids or yes kids?
She's fine. I think what we're looking for and hoping for is for her to go to a home that she can just kind of hang out and walk around and just, have her big bed there. Because right now she's in my
Spend
office
her
and
last
she just
couple years.
hangs. Exactly. She just hangs on her big bed and she walks the office and visits with people and stuff.
Even the dogs with the special needs like that,
Mm-hmm.
the underdogs, as Subaru says.
Yes,
they
the underdog.
They need the homes. Are no less deserving than any of
That's
the
right.
little puppies like the Bennies that we had a couple
Oh my gosh,
weeks
that's right.
ago.
Yes.
She does need a home, and AACSPCA.org. Go there. Come on out and visit with her because she's I think
sweet
you're
as
right. I
can
think
be.
she's just chill. She would be perfectly fine just to sit in her
Yeah,
bed.
just hanging
The
out.
kids could be tearing up the house, and
Mhm.
she'd be just watching. And then when
Yeah.
they calm down, she'll walk over and
And she is pee pad trained. So she's been going potty on the pee pad. So super good. We do have these senior dogs that are coming in for whatever reason. But they all need homes too, and I know a lot of people are looking for puppies or younger dogs, but that's the struggles of a shelter is that we get these kind of dogs and we don't want them to have to stay in a shelter. Not that it's awful here, but it's not a home.
No, well,
So-
Billy, you had mentioned the other week about, with the senior dog. I mean, there's so many problems that come with the puppies, and I don't want to say
Yeah.
problems, but you've got to worry about the housebreaking and the chewing, and the,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just general training, which is not for the faint of heart. I mean, you've got to commit to it on a
Yeah.
puppy, and a lot of that's handled with the senior dog.
Mhm.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
good, outstanding animals to have. So-
Yeah. I mean, they're probably as trained as they're going to get.
Yes, that's so
Yeah.
true. And some have medical needs and some are just elderly dogs. Just depends.
Well, I certainly hope that Cricket is out of here pretty soon. Certainly before Pints for Paws.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
That's going to be a blast.
That's
That's
at
so
the
much
Navy
fun.
Stadium on June 15th.
Mhm.
And that goes from 2 to 6. And you can get tickets at AnnapolisHomebrew.com. And that's a benefit. That's not your event, right?
It's not, it's actually Annapolis Brew Club, and we are the beneficiary, which is fabulous that they chose us. And we've been doing that for many years now. But what a great turnout they get. I mean, they started over at the Weston area, that little
Right,
art
the little
area
field.
there, and they just grew out of it so fast. And now they've been doing it over at Navy Stadium.
Well, there's a good date to put on the calendar, though, June 15th from 2 to 6 at the stadium. And of course, the mobile adoption unit will be there. And hopefully, Cricket won't be.
Hopefully that's right. And there's also going to be a great silent auction. They always have wonderful auction items there.
Cool.
And just fun stuff to do. You just kind of go around and do your tastings of all the home brews.
I was reading a thing on the Forester, and the 2024 Subaru Forester got the highest possible rating from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety for their new tougher vehicle-to-vehicle front crash prevention test.
Yeah.
And they tested against like bicyclists and motorcyclists and pedestrians, and they all did really well. But that was the highest possible rating
Beautiful.
from that institute,
Fabulous.
from that Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. And I imagine they're pretty important
Yeah. Yeah.
when they do it.
Yeah, the eyesight collision avoidance system has been evolving over time, and the latest release of it and on the newer cars is just, I mean, it's awesome. It works really, really well.
Yeah. And the other thing I saw that I mentioned with Forbes is they named Subaru for the second consecutive year the number 2 overall brand for social impact in 2024. And I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but it's just the social impact of the product that they sell and the vehicles. And you've got,
Well, it's the Subaru Love Promise. That's what they're referring to, and it's the different pillars and the different programs that we have over the years. So it's not just animals with the SPCA. It's kids learning. It's providing blankets to cancer patients,
and the jackets and the share the love that still blown with
And the
75,000.
the parks, all the national parks. So they do a really good job of supporting a bunch of different causes and things that are important to pretty much everybody.
Well, it's funny because I was reading the article and I said, well, number 2 is pretty good, but I wonder who number 1 is. And I'm looking, it says number 1 was REI. And I'm like, REI? They don't make cars.
No.
And then I realized that this was not a list of cars. This is a list of brands.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yep. Yeah, not
Even
just
better than
I mean, it was
How
like,
great is that?
It was like, and the next one down that had an engine was Harley at number 11.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Yeah, no,
Great.
we're very proud to be affiliated with Subaru of America as a company, and very fortunate to be in the position we are locally to be able to help with our local community, just like Subaru does nationally. We've from the beginning, our owners Frank and Angie and then their partner Pat. I mean, it's just always been our goal is to help the community out as much as we can, and does that turn into car sales and service? Sure, but it also makes us feel really good and helps us have an
Spread the
impact
love.
and share the love locally.
I need to revisit my motor vehicle administration list and see how many Subarus and whether we
Annapolis?
talked about it last year about how many how many moved up, because it seems every time I'm driving around I don't know whether it's because we're doing the Canines and Crosstreks every Friday that I'm just more attuned to it, but every time I look around it says those 5 stars.
Yeah.
And that badge on the
Subarus are
back, it's like,
everywhere.
there's
There's no question. You drive through the parking lot here at the SPCA, and so many volunteers and staff drive Subarus.
yeah.
So it's very popular.
Because you
brand
employ
here.
very smart people.
There you go. That's
Very
what
smart
it
people
is.
volunteer
That's
here.
right.
And
They
they're
work
very
with
safe
animals,
drivers
and
because
Yeah.
even if
and
they're
they're
not,
safe.
the car will
drivers
make sure
now.
they are.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, if you are driving, though, I was out for my walk this morning,
Mhm.
and I walked past the new building, and I saw that 2 things that really struck out for me is that there were lines painted in the parking lot,
That's
which means
right.
that you're prepared to maybe park a Subaru in one of these parking
That's
spots.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But more importantly, there was a white car parked in between those lines with the city of Annapolis seal on the side, which means that there's probably somebody inside doing some inspection
Yes,
stuff going on.
we're going through the final inspections now. So
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
so it's all becoming real.
And I did see that, and I think these are new, but the outdoor kennels, the fencing
Yes,
sort of
that's
on the
all
Bayward
starting
side, is
too.
that fairly
That's
new in
right.
the last week or
Yes.
so?
That's all starting. So
How's our studio look?
studio's going great. We're ready. Yeah,
All
we
right.
are ready for Canines and Crosstreks.
So when's our first episode airing from the new studios?
When do I hope it is, or when is it?
Give us a hope.
That could
Okay,
be two different
we've been hoping
things.
for a long time. I think we can hope a little bit more
I'd
accurately.
say maybe 1 or 2 months.
Okay, because you've got to get all the stuff out of these
Yes,
buildings.
we got to
here.
actually move in now. Once we get the final inspections done and everything, they are still finishing the inside kennels for the dogs because there's going to be 65 kennels. So there's going to be, that's quite a bit of installing. But then we have to move in. It's like moving into a big house. And then we'll bring in the animals obviously last once we have everything ready
Sure.
to roll. And that will be when it becomes very real. It's when
Are
there's
you going to do a big parade of animals?
That's a good idea. We could do that. All entering the building.
Yeah.
Get them all
Fun.
on a
I'll
leash and
videotape it all
do
too, and have that would be very cool.
I like it.
I like it too.
was looking at the website, and I see that Stella, the Chihuahua that we had, I think 3 weeks ago, and Benny, which was that poodle pup we had 2 weeks ago, I guess it was. They're goners.
Yeah.
And, but I was sad to see that Cody and Romeo are still there. Now, Romeo, like Cricket, is, I don't know. No, he's not old.
No, he's blind.
Romeo's fairly young, but he's blind.
He's blind. Yeah.
But he's a sweetie. He's still in foster.
And he's had some interest. But, once people do a meet and greet and stuff, they just have to make that decision on whether or not they do want to take on. And he's doing very well. He's adapted to being blind. But, obviously that's the environment that he's in. He's in a foster home. He's learned that home. So he'll have to relearn all that into a new home. But, I'm just glad people are thinking about whether or not they can actually, take that on, because it's. Yeah. And it would be great if he does have another dog to kind of help him out. Because right now in the foster home that he's
got a pal.
He has a pal. Yeah.
That's cool. And then Cody, the little sort of Pomeranian.
I know.
Kind of,
he's just like the best.
Looks like a little miniature shepherd Pomeranian kind of a thing. But so that's your choices. You've got Cricket. From last week, you've got Champ, who hasn't technically gone home yet, but I think he's probably pretty close to it. Cody and Romeo are the ones that are on the hit list that need to go out before the next event, which is Walk for the Animals. For you guys, it's only 9 days away.
That's right. And Billy's going to be there with the Subaru. Do you know which car you're going to bring yet? Outback, Crosstreks. What are you thinking?
Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be good.
That's great. And a whole bunch of swag. And the girls will be there. Your daughters are going to be giving away the swag.
It's going to be lots of fun. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
That's the swag distributors.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They do it well.
They are very good at giving away free things. Yes.
I did not check before we got into recording this, but I know that the tickets for the Bands in the Sand, which is again Annapolis Subaru is the title sponsor for another year.
Yep.
Every year and another year. They are on sale, and I don't know. I can't tell you with confidence that they're not sold out, but
they're going fast.
I would at least check. Yeah, if you're thinking about going, I would go onto the website for Chesapeake Bay Foundation and give it a look, because it's a really good time.
It is, and the Land Sharks are a great band. I was listening to a bunch of their stuff on YouTube the other day, and we've lost Jimmy Buffett, but this is pretty darn close.
Yeah,
yes,
and they are the tribute band. I think Jimmy Buffett even said that they do some of his songs better than he thought he did. So that's pretty high praise. But that's always such a great party on the beach at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. You can check out the tickets at cbf.org, and you get a chance to meet Billy and Kelly and everybody will be there, because that's the place to be.
Is the shark going to be there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Your friend?
Maybe. My imaginary shark friend.
That's right.
Bands in the Sand, again, that's on June 8th. A wonderful party, a wonderful cause. And obviously you guys know what kind of a cause it is, because you're there every single year.
Yeah.
As you are with everything. You still got tons of cars?
Yeah, we still got plenty of cars. Yeah, we got...
Do you ever run out?
We have.
During COVID, right?
Well, after, during the inventory shortage, we were selling down to single digits. We
like matchboxes.
I think one or two months we sold every one that we had, but no, everything's kind of back to the way it was pre-COVID, and we've got plenty of vehicles and good deals, good incentives. It's a really good time to buy used cars or trade-in values. Previously owned vehicles. Trade-in values are still high. And we're discounting a little bit, and really good APRs. So it's a good time to buy.
I'm still amazed at how low some of the interest rates are coming out of Subaru. So it makes it real easy to be able to get into a car. You were saying last week, I think you said the Solteras are down at like 0%.
Yeah, 0% for 72 months, and our two most popular cars, the Outback and the Forester, they're 2.9 for 72 months. So you can do a shorter term as well for the same rate, but I mean, 2.9 over 6 years is pretty ridiculous.
It's pretty
really great.
Yeah, it's good.
And you've got a bunch of great cars there, the two.
Yeah,
you can't get too much more safe than in a Subaru with everything that you've got. And I know everybody that I know that has purchased one in the last year is still madly in love with them.
Love mine. Teresa loves her still.
Yeah. Actually, there's 3 people I know. They all bought Crosstreks, and they all love it. And my friend Paul
love to hear it.
Has not been pulled over in his pull me over red one, but he's hasn't been driving it too much, because he's still doing he used to commute into DC, but now he's mostly remote. But
really been enjoying the Solterra. Really fun ride. Really, it's got plenty of space.
Has it got real pickup?
Yeah, it's got a lot of pickup. Yeah, it's I have to use the adaptive cruise control Like I had
To slow you down?
I had a lacrosse game in Baltimore, and like, you're driving, you don't realize, you look down, you're like, oh my God, how'd that happen?
Really?
And so put the adaptive cruise control on, just let it ride. It's pretty cool. I mean, because when you drive your car, you're looking at your gas gauge, right? You know, periodically. Most people, it depends on the type of person that you are. I'm one of those like gas lights on. Let me see how much further I can go.
Right.
Oh yeah, I push it
with
too.
these things. I am not like that. I do not want to be in the situation where I'm stranded. Yeah,
2 more miles till empty.
Searching.
Yeah, I got down below 100, and I was like, oh man, 100 miles left, and I was like, oh man, like I've only got like 15 miles to where I'm going, but like I'm still a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So then I turned the AC off. Boom, 25 more miles, and I was like, I'll sweat it out. We'll put the windows down. Let's go.
Well, we need to get Cricket into a home.
We do.
And
like
again,
a human home.
Yes.
She is 16 years old.
Yeah.
And she does have kidney failure, they think, at this point, but she's being treated for it. So
she is.
She's, yes, there. So, I mean, she would love just a chill place to live out the rest of her time.
That's right.
We also need to, get Champ a home, and Cody and Romeo.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that need to go very soon. And again, the dates that you want to put on your calendar are the Bands in the Sand, which is June 8th. You've got the Walk for the Animals, which is May 19th. And then you've got the Pints for Paws, which is June 15th. All that will benefit the SPCA or the Chesapeake Bay Foundation.
That's right.
And I guess we got to check back with you guys in about a month or so and see where we stand on the new exciting building.
The new digs.
Can't wait.
Me too.
It's going to be great. It's going to have that new building smell.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
And then the dog's moving.
AnnapolisSubaru.com or 149 Old Solomon's Island Road. And you can come down here and have an appointment and meet Cricket or Champ at the SPCA. The website is aacspca.org. And they're right here on Bay Ridge Avenue. So come on in and see the animals. They've got some great ones here. And if you've got time, volunteer here. They can always use more volunteers. You do get a groovy, cool T-shirt, depending on what you're qualified to do.
That's right.
And
we're always looking for fosters too.
And fosters too. That's really important, though. I'm so glad to see that Puppy and Tizzy are in foster, and also Romeo is doing well. So, but we do need to get Romeo a home. So,
yep. But
I guess we will see you guys. Next week, and that'll be just before the Walk for the Animals.
Yes, exciting time.
Can't wait.
Me too.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless, because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.